everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and demo using the new Strobe Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette. This is the look that I have come up with, and if you'd like to see my first impressions and a little review makeup look, then please keep on watching. So today I'm going to be telling you guys all about the Strobe Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette. This is the unit carton that it comes in. This is a $35 palette. I have never tried anything from Strobe Cosmetics before, but they are a cruelty-free and vegan brand, and so is this palette. On the back of the palette, it has the information as far as the color names and the tone of the colors, the ingredients, and pretty much just a little blurb about the palette. I love that it is called Creepy Cute because I love creepy, and clearly I love a little bit of cute, but you know, Creepy is important, but I definitely am a huge fan of pastel colors, so I feel like this encapsulates it perfectly. Once you take the unit carton off, you have the palette itself. It looks very nice, and the back is only slightly different. It has a little bit of a cute ribbon going across it with a little eyeball. I absolutely love the packaging of this. It doesn't have the color names or their images, but it does have the ingredient list and tells you again that it's cruelty-free. Inside, you have a little plastic cover that I have just now removed, and it bends back really easily. That's one thing that I really want to note, is that a lot of palettes that I have to bend back because it's just easier as a makeup artist, it actually breaks the spine a lot of the time, and the spine deteriorates a lot faster than the palette does. I don't know what they did, but the material used to bend is very flexible and sort of gave way with ease, which I think is great. Has a nice big mirror on the inside, which is lovely, and these are the shades. The pigmentation of these is absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna swatch Strawberry Milk here for you, and the color Creep It Real, which is this teal color. These are absolutely beautiful, buttery pigmented shades. The palette is super well performing. I think that if you are someone who is a little bit hesitant to try pastels, this is a good way to work them in because you have the black and the gray, and they're very buttery, beautiful mattes. They blend so well, and I think that this is really beautiful. It's going to be really cool on a variety of skin tones. Just based on the base that you use on your eyes, I chose to use concealer to get more pigment from them, but if you used a white base, I could see these really being really beautiful and cool on pretty much anyone of any skin tone. That's how buttery and pigmented they are. While I did experience a fair amount of kickback, I didn't find that any of it fell on my face by just tapping the brush out as I normally do, so that is absolutely great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun creating this eye look, so if you guys would like to see how I use this palette to create this look, then please keep on watching. So to prime my eyes, I'm actually not going to use a traditional eye primer today. I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is just because a lot of these colors are pastels and I want them to be nice and vibrant on the eyes. So I'm just going to dab a little onto my lids and get rid of all of this discoloration. Ordinarily, I would set this down immediately with a powder to lock it in, but because once again these are pastel shades, I am not going to do that except for the crease. So with my Kat Von D Lock It Blot Powder, which is very well loved, I'm just going to be taking a really fluffy brush and mattifying just the crease. I want the lid to stay nice and sticky so that eyeshadow really grips to it. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a wee bit more. I'm gonna start with a loose fluffy brush and pick up a bit of the color Tombstone, which is the deep dark gray, and right off the bat, all the pigment, just so nice. And I'm going to put this right in the inside corner of the eye. I can't tell you how wearable this look is going to be because I'm just so dang excited to work with this palette. With a clean blending brush, I'm just going to buff at those edges and make sure that it's a nice smooth blend and I don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm picking up the color Third Eye on a stiff, more flat brush and pushing this directly onto the lid on the outer half. And I'm loving the pigmentation I'm getting from this. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's such a cool color. And I'm looking at my cheeks close up right now and none of it's really dropping there, which, I mean, I don't really care if there's a little bit of kickback in the pan of the eyeshadow as long as it doesn't really disrupt my makeup. So I'm quite happy about that. I'm just going to take a clean Morphe blending brush now and buff at the edge. There's a little bit of glitter in my eyebrow. That seems normal to me based on my life choices thus far. I'm gonna take a teeny tiny bit of third eye on the tip of that brush and pull that into the crease and start joining it up with that gray, but not deeply connecting them, just having the edges of their blend meet. This is the first palette that I've ever tried from Strobe Cosmetics, and I can tell you, I'm already really excited. Like, these shadows are just blending really nicely. Matte shadows like this can often be quite patchy, and I'm not experiencing that whatsoever. Flipping the brush that I was using with third eye over and picking up a bit of the color Cold Shoulder, which is that beautiful pale dusty blue, and I'm just going to pack this on the inside half of the lid. And I'm going to take the brush that I was using to buff out Tombstone, and I'm just going to make those edges meet and be nice and smooth. And I'm not cutting the crease, but I am kind of finessing the brush in a way that makes a line, because I really like the way that that looks. Picking up a little bit more of third eye, I'm just going to intensify that color and kind of switch back and forth and make like a weird muddy shade in the middle, just so it blends. I'm not really worried about it looking a little muddy. Now on a pencil brush, I'm picking up a little bit more of Tombstone, and I'm running this under the lower lashes. And I'm taking it quite low on the outer corner and winging it out slightly. And then with one of the blending brushes that I used before, this is the smaller one, I'm just going to blend the very edge of that and let it kind of wing itself out. I'm just going to go in with a second layer and intensify that a teeny bit more. I've also decided I'm gonna go back up to this inner portion and deepen the edge where Cold Shoulder touches Tombstone. I'm not going all the way up to the blend, I'm just going along the edges of that, just where the two colors meet. On a small angled brush, I'm going to be picking up a little bit of the black in the palette called Void, and what I'm going to do is just go right underneath the lower lashes, hugging quite tight to them. And I'm not winging this part out, I'm just keeping it on the lashes itself, and I'm also going up against that line between Tombstone and Cold Shoulder. And I'm just stamping Void right along that line, just to make it even more intense. With that blending brush that we were using with Tombstone, I'm just going to blend that in. And I'm really not trying to make this look black, I just want to create a little bit more depth. Now for that very inner corner and the last color I'm going to be using from the palette, I'm taking a teeny weeny little brush right here and picking up a little bit of the color Strawberry Milk. And I'm going to be putting that right in the inner corner and blending right into the tear duct as well. All right, this is just an added bit of fun because I don't know where to stop in a makeup look clearly. I'm going to be taking one of my NYX Vivid Brights liquid liners, and this one is in the color Vivid Delight. And what I'm basically going to do is draw a really small line tracing that very inner portion where Cold Shoulder and Tombstone meet. With that little brush that we used to blend in Strawberry Milk, I'm just going to feather the edge of that and make sure that that line isn't too harsh. All right, now off camera, I'm going to apply my mascara and a pair of the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes, and I will be right back. So I just did the lips. I used Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Noble, and then I picked up a little tiny bit of the color Strawberry Milk, and I set that over the middle, and I absolutely love this look. So I'm gonna zoom back out and give you my final thoughts on this palette. So this palette is absolutely beautiful. I love the finished look that I came up with. I think that it's super fun, super playful, and I think that these colors are ultimately a lot of fun for spring. I think that this is such a good layout because you have two neutrals that really help set off those pastel tones that make them a lot more wearable, because the average person isn't going to look at this palette and think wearable. But this is such a cool palette to keep in my kit. It is absolutely cruelty-free and vegan, which is amazing because the pigmentation and the formula was so bomb. I absolutely love it, and I would really recommend picking it up if you are one for these kind of tones. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will speak to you guys in the next video. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Bye!